What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Brenner Video YouTube channel. And today we're in York, Pennsylvania, driver of a sprint car, 17S, Cooper Shue. Cooper, thank you for having us.
Thanks for having me on.
This is a first for us. We're used to numbers on the door.
Yep.
Why is it up there? What is this?
It's a 358 sprint car.
Are they fast?
Yep.
What drove you to drive a sprint car?
Just people around me telling me to get in a sprint car, and being in a Super Sportsman, it was like hop here, 305. It didn't really make sense to me to hop in a 305.
How old are you, Cooper?
I'm 18 years old.
And when did you start racing?
Going on about 11 years now. I started out in quarter midgets. I went to karts after quarter midgets. That's where I started off.
Did you even get into like a street stock or anything like that?
No, it's always been like open wheel cars.
I've heard of you from Tommy, which is your uncle, and Cole, which is your cousin.
Yep.
So you've grown up around racing your entire life.
Yep, it's been my uncles and grandparents and cousins.
All the time.
Yep.
Going to the track when you were...
Been in the family for a long time, so.
Who's the biggest influence? I mean, I assume your family has a huge part of that.
Probably be my dad. He used to drive street stocks. He sold it once he had me. Getting him back into racing, I try to do my best for him.
As far as I know, you're the only one in the family that drives a sprint car, am I correct?
Yep.
Everyone else drives late models.
Yeah, I know. It's different. Everybody asks me that. It's always been late models, and
Yeah, you would assume that you would have jumped
wheel.
into a late model. And
Yeah.
You've never driven one.
Nope.
How long have you been driving a sprint car?
Well, this is the first year for the 358. I just got out of the Super Sportsman division, and I ran with them for about 3 years.
Now, what's the difference between this and a Super Sportsman?
With the Sportsman, their motors are carbureted instead of fuel injected. The 358s are fuel injected. They have starters on them, so you can self-start it. And the 358s, you have to be pushed.
The chassis-wise, are they pretty much the same?
They were similar. There was a 2x4 frame on the bottom of the Sportsman.
Rather than tubing?
Yep. Yeah, the sprint cars are all tubing, but the Sportsman, they had a 2x4 frame on the bottom.
What about like speed and power? Is this a lot faster?
It's a lot more horsepower and it weighs a lot less. It's more power and speed.
Because there's
for sure.
there's no transmission in here, is there?
No, it's just all direct drive from the motor.
And that's why you see them pushing on to start them.
Yep.
This is something like this cost a lot more than running a Sportsman?
Well, that was a big thing before I made the jump. I didn't want to spend too much money if it was going to be a lot more. So far, it's like even value. I haven't spent a lot. It just depends how you play it, but that's racing in general.
Yeah, there's no cheap way of racing.
No, there's no cheap way.
I'm assuming you have a crew that helps you with this?
It's usually me, my dad, my brother, and my buddy, my grandpa, but we don't really have a big crew.
So basically you guys just do it yourself.
Yeah.
Now how did you learn to work on this? I guess just from running the Sportsman? Are they kind of similar in that way, you know what to do to it?
Yeah, like in the garage, I always built the cars and tore them apart and stuff, like in the off season. Having buddies around racing, like just learning stuff. After a handful of times of putting them together, it just kind of stuck with me.
Why are these fuel injected and not carbureted? Because typically everything I'm seeing, they're not fuel injected, especially on dirt, right?
Yeah, I'm not too sure, but yeah, it's a whole different ball game this year, being all carbureted stuff.
Yeah, you're used to going from a carburetor down to this.
Yeah.
We're used to seeing some dirt track cars, but not ones with big wings on the top. That has something to do with air?
Yeah, the wing gives it more downforce to stick to the track. With the Sportsman, I ran winged and wingless, so I could really tell the difference between the two.
Is it a big difference with the wing on?
Yeah, wing, you're planted. You're not really, I shouldn't say sliding more, but wherever you want it, you can stick it. Wingless, you're like more sideways.
Yeah. How did last season turn out for you?
Well, I didn't do too good. Our first race was at Port Royal and kind of Cooper Shue it.
You crashed it?
Yep.
Bad?
Yeah, it was bad. It set us out half the season. Then it came back. The first race back was Bedford. That was a lot of fun to get back in the car. And
was it something you think you had to like just get it dialed in as a driver?
I kind of went a little too high.
Because it was the first one of the season.
Yeah. What really messed us up was we rushed to get it ready, and that's never a good thing, is the rush. And we actually had problems with it starting for timed hot laps going back of the heat race, so it didn't really end up good. I mean, it is my fault. I should have been more patient with it. Just rushing and everything, and stuff got not going my way.
You were talking about Bedford. That turned out a lot better for you?
Yeah, Bedford was really fun. It was good to be back in the car. It felt good.
So your first race at Port Royal last season, you Cooper Shue'd It.
Yep.
Were you nervous at all getting back into the car after that?
Not really. I mean, it was a bit of a wait till we had the car back up and running again, so I was more pumped up to get back in.
And make sure you had it right this time.
Yep.
Is there a lot different setup on these cars than, say, the Sportsman?
From the times that I've been at the track with them and hanging out with buddies, it's not too much of a difference. I mean, like setup-wise, it's similar.
Now, how many races did you run last year?
At Bedford and then Path Valley, and we were going to race the last race at Babs, and we were having motor problems, so we didn't get to make it out there.
Now, what are your plans this year? This is a totally different car.
A lot of the tracks that these run at, they're a lot closer. With the Sportsman, we traveled a lot. I want to race as much as I can. Obviously, money will be a big factor in that, so I'm looking for some sponsors.
If everything goes well, how many races would you like to do? Now, you said as many as possible. How often do they run around here, and do you plan to stay around here?
Yeah, it's usually every week. They have like at the Grove and Lincoln and then
So
Babs.
you can pick one of those tracks pretty much every week?
A lot of times I could run Friday and Saturday. Sometimes they race Babs on Sundays.
Now, what are you waiting for this car to be ready?
We're waiting for the motor to be done. It's getting finished up. Once we get that back, we have some odds and ends to get, and then we'll be ready.
When would your first race be?
Well, I'd like to go to Test and Tune to shake down the car since it is a new car. We're going to shoot for April 8th. Whatever races after that, I got to make up a schedule.
What's the difference between a 410 and a 358?
It's a lot bigger power and more detailed with everything you do.
So when you see these outlaw guys, they're 410s.
Yeah.
Cooper, 17S. Is there a meaning behind that?
Yeah, 17S was my dad's number when he ran street stock, so it kind of stuck with me ever since, and that's been my number every single year.
What hobbies do you have outside of racing?
I don't really have much free time, but when I do, usually during hunting season, I go hunting. I just like to go out and have fun places.
I would assume most of your time is spent on this.
Yeah, a lot of it.
garage
Yep.
time. Go to work, come home, and work on this.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of that, what do you do for a living?
I work for Walton and Company. I'm a welder there. Come home from work and
Work on the car.
yeah, work on the car or do some welding with my business. CS Fabrication.
And I've also seen that you do sponsor cars as well.
Yep, I do.
Who do you sponsor?
I sponsor Kendall Barkley and the Super Sportsman and Landon Godfrey. And Tommy and Cole, I do a lot of their welding stuff.
With all the time that you spend on this car, who helps you?
It's my dad, my brother Drake, and my buddy Cole. Usually they're all too busy for me, so it's just me. But when they do have time, they're lots of help.
I see some sponsors on the car. Who are they?
Yeah, so we got Hillbilly Fabrication, a family friend of ours. He helped us out a lot with the Sportsman. Metal Militia, they're a good group of people. Fit Racing Engines, that's who's doing our motor this year. On the front wing, we have the Spillon. Some other people that helped us, Logan Rumsey was a big help, him and Tom, and Bloss Racing. Brett Clark with 2B Creative made this design, so it turned out great.
For this season, how many more sponsors could you use, or is there never enough sponsors?
I don't really think there's never enough sponsors. It's just space on the car. If we get to that point, you know, we can resize.
You run a 358. A lot of guys, I guess, would start from, say, an extreme stock, go into a late model. You went from a Sportsman into this. Is there ever a different class you would like to do after this?
Well, with having late models in my family, I would like to try
I'd like to
one
get into a
out.
late model.
If I had the opportunity, I would.
Do you think the 358 class is where you're going to be probably the most comfortable?
Probably. I mean, I'll find that out.
This season, if someone wants to follow you, how can they do that?
We have a Facebook page, Cooper Shue Racing. All like the schedules and race day posts, sponsor shoutouts will be. So
Okay.
it'll be all on Facebook. Schedule. We're going to release that once we get the car ready and sit down and go through what races we're going to be at.
What do you love about racing?
I really like the enjoyment I get out of it. It's really exciting and gets me pumped up to race. The people in racing usually make it fun. Friends at the track, just in general, people at the track, what makes it fun.
Cooper, thank you for having us out. We
Thanks,
really
man.
appreciate it. We hope you do very well this season, and we'll
Thank
definitely
you.
be watching you. Come out and support these guys. These guys put all their time into it. We want to see these guys do well. Go follow Cooper on his page. Hit that like button, subscribe, comment down below, and we'll see you on the next one.